On August 9th, Biden signed the CHIPS and Science Act. You might be wondering, what is this act for and how it's going to impact semiconductor and other industry? Or you might be a student and simply wants to understand what's the impact on your future job hunt and also your immigration status. If you have interest, please stay tuned. If you are new to my channel, my name is Gaoshen. Coming back to the main topic today about the CHIPS Act. You might be wondering, what exactly the CHIPS Act? Chips? No, not those chips. Not those potato chips. It's the semiconductor chips that you use in your phone, automobile, and your other appliance. To begin with, you need to understand the background, why Biden administration recently wants to sign this bill. You have probably heard about the chip shortages of automakers. For example, Ford, they have a lot of electrical vehicles that are desperately needs the chips in order to complete the final build. And there's chip shortages across a lot of industry, not just for automakers. So you might be wondering, what's causing the chip shortage? Part of the reason is due to the COVID, some regional lockdowns, for example, China, which is a big part of the chip export. So with the supply chain disruption in the past few years, that United States have recognized the importance of having those chips be made in United States. The second thing I want to talk about the CHIPS Act is how it will impact the overall semiconductor industry and what are the three industries that will benefit from this act the most. As you know, the chip manufacturing is a complicated process. It touches a lot of aspects of our industry. So the number one top benefits from this bill would be chip makers like Intel. A lot of those fundings will go to expand semiconductor manufacturing factories. Those infrastructures to allow US to compete with other countries in order to stay on top of the most advanced chip manufacturing. For example, Intel has announced their expansion of factories in Central Ohio. TSMC is also expanding their fabs in Arizona. The second top beneficiary from this act will be semiconductor equipment manufacturing suppliers like Applied Material. The reason being that when Intel, TSMC, Texas Instruments expand new fabs across the United States, they have to purchase a lot of capital equipment. And for Applied, we provide a variety of semiconductor equipment tools. Like for deposition, we have PVD, CVD, and for etch, and also CMP and ion implantation tools. So for sure, semiconductor equipment companies and will also benefit from this act. Who else? The third top beneficial from this act will be automakers like Ford, GM. With investment on those chip makers, we will see a huge improvement on supply chain that will eventually allow automakers to make more cars. So if you are someone that's looking for career advancement, pay special attention for those three industries. Next, I'm going to talk about the potential influence if you are a student from one of those STEM major. As outlined in this bill, some of the fundings will go to research that involve semiconductor material improvement and also semiconductor equipment, which means it could potentially increase the funding for graduate research related with semiconductor materials. Getting into the semiconductor industry is also a good choice because I've heard rumors that the United States wants to retain the highly skilled workers to be able to compete with other countries. Maybe in the future, they will shorten the waiting time for you to get a green card. Okay, this is what I want to share with you regarding the CHIPS Act. If you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe and also share with your friend. I will see you next time.